Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Caliban Prime release day. I hope everybody has been lucky with their relics and rad shares have been going well. I know I got pretty lucky. I was able to finish the whole Prime access in about 4 hours. Got the frame crafting first and foremost. Super excited to get a build working on that. Kind of realized how long that's going to take me. I don't know about the Caliban video tonight per se, but I would like to try to get out in the early morning. Whenever I wake up, it'll definitely be the first thing I jump on. Um, But for now, in the meantime, I would like to get out the aforementioned in the last video. Nyx build. I am a pretty big fan of Nyx. I think she's really awesome, and I see a lot of people that just like don't like her. I mean, that's fair. Uh, and I could really find that fair if you're using her fourth ability. I am really not a big fan of whatever this is. Yes, you can get really big funny numbers with it, but it kind of feels like a worse version of what Equinox is doing, where you're building up, building up, building up, building up. Um, I don't like it. Uh, that's okay. If you guys like it, use it. I'm just gonna be showing something that is not using her fourth today, and focusing mainly on her third ability. Um, and let's just get to the build. I mean, we don't really have anything else to talk about, really. Nothing with the Archon shards, nothing crazy with like weapon choice or crazy stuff with passive this time. Though Nyx does have a passive that does run well with boosting crit chance, but I kind of wanted to show something different for this video. Just because I think going down the crit weapon platform build video over and over and over and over again can get kind of boring. I know that was probably a little much with the Styanax and Ureli back to back. I just wanted to do a video on Ureli because I really enjoy her. But here we go. We've got Nyx, and we are looking at 3 augments here, which is quite a lot for a Warframe. I honestly think on a lot of Warframes, some augments should be just be base kit, with a couple exceptions here. But let's talk about first our aura. We are using Brief Respite. So if you do not know how Nyx's third ability works, uh, it gives enemies radiation procs. Radiation procs are a really good way of causing a lot of chaos. It is going to be making enemies attack each other. And in that chaos, it could mean that those enemies might hit you with a stray bullet when they're fighting. To counteract that, we have Brief Respite to give us shields on demand if we ever lose our shields. Um, Good ability to use for this is Psychic Bolts. This is a homing defensive strip. Does a lot of other stuff too. You can see got an armor buff from it. You have shield restore from it and overguard steel. Awesome stuff. Also, we have a speed decrease. Um, this is a really awesome ability. It got a lot of love with the rework, and I don't think not enough people are loving on it. I think it's super awesome. Big fan of it. When you get the overguard occasionally, it's just nice. Um, you don't need it, but it's just nice to have. It's like one less thing you're gonna have to think about. Um, so yeah, that's why we're running Brief Respite, the radiation procs, pass psychic bolts whenever you can. We are using Prime Flow as I do on pretty much 90% of Warframe builds. The ability to use abilities whenever I want, once we're decently into the mission, is so important, especially because most builds do use Blind Rage, including this build. We are using Blind Rage to aim for the strength point to fully defensive strip with Psychic Bolts. That is actually the only reason why we're building strength on this build. Obviously, talk more about this, but the main reason isn't the damage. Um, but we are building for that to defensive strip. We are getting our range from overextended. This is counteracting overextended, so that's how we're getting our strength back above 100%. Chaos Sphere. This changes your third ability to just being a cast and affect all enemies within a radius to kind of what I would describe as Thermal Sunder. Um, just a slowly closing circle that is really large. See if we can see it. start to close here. Yeah, you can see it start to close here. So any enemy that walks into this radius will be affected immediately by 10 radiation procs, and they're just gonna all start fighting each other. Pretty awesome. Why is that awesome? Why would you want radiation procs on an enemy? A lot of people not a big fan of that, and that's the reason why people are like Loki is having a personality crisis. And, you know, that's kind of fair because he's also going invisible. Nyx is not doing that. Nyx is still fighting in the flesh while all these radiation procs are going on. But the amazing part about Nyx's third, it gives 10 radiation status effects. And it's like, ooh, you know what that pairs really well with? The really awesome, new, amazing Arcane Universal Fallout. I'm not even kidding. Every enemy that is in your Chaos Radius will have a 60% chance of dropping a Universal Orb. Guys, that is amazing. That is crazy energy generation. Um, I don't know if there's orb generation that's beating this. This is incredible. Um, Matter of fact, guys, screw the unleveled blind rage. We're going all the way. I mean, we're just gonna have to do it for this. We do not need this rank 9 garbage. We're done with that. I think it's been used in like the past 3 videos. I'm done. I'm done. So yeah, Chaos Sphere, Arcane Universal Fallout, what the 3, amazing. We have fast deflection for once when we occasionally get hit by bullets and we're a little slower to react sometimes. This can save you. Continuity for duration. This build does want a little bit more duration sometimes, so I'm also running multi-efficiency because this build also isn't really needing anything else. Then for the other 2 augments, which I feel are super duper important, is pacifying bolts and muzzle flash. Muzzle flash is making the build because we're going to talk about our helmet here, but pacifying bolts. Psychic bolts augment. Throw an additional 3 force bolts with guaranteed radiation status effect. Enemies struck are confused for 10 seconds. That is more CC. That is more enemies you are defensive stripping. To me, that's awesome. That is a win. I want that. I want to use it. Not really a lot of better in slot mods. You could use faster shield recharge speed combined with this. Rapid resilience, which is a mod I feel like not enough people are talking about as well. This mod right here, guys, is really fantastic for a lot of just lower level content. When I say lower level, I mean literally anything up until like 4,000. This is really fantastic. Please give this a try. If you guys are using rolling guard and occasionally don't roll and will die to a status, just try this and like steel path and like any base content. It's gonna blow your mind. This is so comfy, so comfy. But yeah, I am using pacifying bolts here. I would definitely say that the most important augment, actually, changing my mind here with you guys, is going to be Chaos Sphere and Muzzle Flash. This is swappable. Um, More I think about it, but I still love it. I do want to use it. I love augment mods. Um, because I like kind of doing and using stuff that's like different from the base kit and on a lot of frames. So that's the amazing part about augment mods. They're still super important for the game, but I do think a lot should be base kit. But let's get on to the helmet. So we are replacing the godforsaken fourth ability. And we are replacing that with Mesa's shooting gallery. Uh, this will periodically through time switch to your teammates and give them damage buffs and you. It will just switch throughout the team. So if you're on a solo and you want to buff yourself, this is going to be really nice. But if you're in a squad, this is going to also buff your teammates. So that's really amazing. But as you can see, it also is going to be jamming enemy guns, which is another form of CC. And then we use the augment muzzle flash after 6 kill assists by players with shooting gallery. Base's next shot will blind enemies within 12 meters for 6 seconds. Guys, we've got blind, we've got gun jamming, we've got radiation procs. We are putting the enemies through absolute hell. This build is super funny. And it's just really easy and comfortable to play. The energy generation is baller. Um, it's really amazing. And yeah, I just want to show it off a little bit in the sim. Just gonna literally stand still, guys, and press a couple abilities. So I'm going to spawn a battle group here. Go ahead and press my 3. I'm going to go ahead and mind control this guy with my first ability. I'm going to go ahead and press my 4. And we're just going to hang out. We're going to talk a little bit about her. And when I enjoy using this build, this is kind of a build I like to use when I am maybe tired, not locked in, because this build is going to go ahead and make a lot of gameplay really easy. Don't have to think too much. I mean, look what they're doing, guys. I mean, I don't have to do anything. We also have our Death Cube, which is helping with energy generation early on before we can get our third ability up consistently. And we have it spreading some statuses as well. Enemies are just really going through it, guys. It's a little rough for them. There's our defensive strip, and we can kill them really easily using the Cuban new core because it makes a little bit of sense. I'm like microwave gun with the radiation procs with all the irradiated enemies. I'm like, that's fun. Why not? Also using the Phantasma Prime, same Phantasma Prime that I had in the video, the fun primary weapons video. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the build. I'll show you guys my Death Cube build. Only thing of note on here that is difficult to acquire is energy generator, and this is the reason why we are using Death Cube. This is acquired through Samaris, and it takes I think 100,000 rep, and that is by no means easy. But as a little tip for people who are longtime players and like, oh gosh, now I have to grind all this, but you don't have to for this build, by the way. But this is definitely something I'm going to suggest in future videos, like this companion along with this precept. A little tip for getting Samara standing: if you guys are ever running a high level mission, if you're ever in a void cascade for a little while, go ahead and whip out your synthesis scanner and be amazed. The amount of standing that you get is also scaling with enemy level, so it should be really easy to grind this. Just should take a couple days if you, or just whenever you think about it. Like I said, this isn't going to be immediately necessary in any of the builds I'm going to be showing. This is just definitely the most important mod on Death Cube here. We are using Momentous Bond, Reinforced Bond, and Manifold Bond. Synth Deconstruct as well for more orbs. Doesn't particularly matter on this build because we do not have Equilibrium. We used to, not anymore. Here is my build on the Hellstrom, just spreading as many statuses as possible. It's like one of the very few weapons that's going to have like a radius, so this is like a really good weapon for priming. It feels good on the Death Cube. So, show the Phantasma build real quick. Not really much to touch over here. Showed this with different mods. I'm showing it with my ribbon right now. This is, as you guys can see, I don't even have a negative. This is really not that incredible. Doesn't have multiplicative gun CO, so this is like easily replaceable. Honestly, I think you could just use the 90% heat mod here and be completely fine. And then here we have already ribbon pre-taken off because it's going to be the main star of the show. The new core. The Kuva new core is incredibly strong. It is absurd. It has 7% crit chance though, which doesn't matter anymore because now we have secondary and nervate. This is flat crit chance on every single hit. This is a beam weapon. You are getting hit so fast. The way that you build this up and you are able to have a like consistent critting weapon with 7% crit chance is literally incredible. This also has, I don't want to lie to you guys, but as far as I know, the highest crit damage multiplier base in the game. I believe it starts at 5x. Yes, it does. So taking advantage of secondary and nervate, I don't think there's something better you guys can do. If there's something you guys can think of, do let me know. We do have a magnetic progenitor. Matters a lot less now because you do have the option of running magnetic might, which is going to give you additional crit damage as well. So if you want to run something different, you can do that. You could even run it over Merciless Gunfight if you really need to. Elements don't really matter, guys. This thing's going to shred regardless. I promise you that. We have Viral built on this and Heat. Just simple stuff. Good stuff for beam weapons. We are using Gun CO and multi-shot here. using Lethal Torrent to add on to that multi-shot even more for even more statuses, quicker kill times. Terminus extension to extend the beam length. Okay, that's like everything. We are using Okina Prime in Karnon as a movement stat stick. If you don't have that for a movement stat stick, the Praetos is also a really good option. Love them. Matter of fact, I'm going to switch to the Praetos because that's something that you can get whenever. Same with both of these right here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys the build in action. Definitely a little bit of a quicker video here, guys, because there's not really like some crazy stuff going on. What we did forget to discuss, sorry, we forgot to discuss the passive. No, I think I did, and I was talking about making another crit build would be boring, but we'll touch over it one more time. So, Nyx gains 40% crit chance on primary and secondary weapons per confused enemy within affinity range, but it stops at 200%. If that scaled further and didn't have a cap, that could be maybe the most amazing passive in the whole game. And it'd be so cool. But we are not pursuing that. It's just a nice plus. We're not trying to go for another weapons platform build here. We're just kind of, even though it kind of is, but it's not like a weapons boosting platform. It's kind of just like a chill build. So we're gonna go to Titan again. This is where I've been going for like all of my past videos. So yeah. I'm excited to see what you guys think about this build. Definitely in gameplay. This is really not that hard of a build to make. If you have even a rank 2 universal fallout, you're going to be mind blown by the amount of energy orbs. Don't really worry about max rank everything. I know a lot of YouTubers don't really specify that, but I don't think anything on this build is going to require max rank. I mean, it's high up as you can get it, but I don't think max rank. Where's the enemies at? Here we go. Let's go ahead and make this my friend now. I mean, look at them. What are they doing? I don't know. Fiddling with their weapons. Can blind them eventually here. Oh, no? Okay. Well, I mean, how about it, though, guys? I mean, this is, top to 3. I mean, this build is just comfortable. If you are just looking for an easy-to-play build, like, kind of just have a good time, not really have to worry too much about survivability at all, just because you're literally not being shot at all. And obviously, this is going to scale forever. The only thing that wouldn't scale is the fact that you are going to encounter more Eximus. But what I can say to that is just bring a weapon that can deal with Eximus better. I mean, guys, is this heaven? Because holy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 25 million energy orbs on the ground. Your teammates are gonna want to like make out with you with this build. Nukepor's a fun option. Not really a right or wrong weapon to use on this build because it's not like there's gonna be one that synergizes with her better. Crit chance definitely isn't synergizing well with the Nukepor. So if you want to take advantage more of the passive, maybe go for a higher crit chance weapon. Dare I say the Sepulchrum as a secondary, and for primary, plenty options there. I'm not really gonna. I know you guys know some with really high crit chance, and they're in Karnons and like whatever, bro. But just to show a little bit of Phantasma here, we'll get it going. So primary Crux action here. The key Procs. I mean, is this not amazing or what? I just wanted to show this build. I mean, obviously you can really already do this with Nyx, but I think you just adding in the 4 just makes this a whole lot more fun. You're just stunning for even longer and just giving the enemies an even harder time. It's just super funny. It's just really funny. And I just wanted to show this build because it's fun in the meantime while we wait for Caliban. Little short video to keep you guys held over till the Caliban video. I am so excited, guys. I have been hiding myself from all forms of social media. I do not want to see that sniper in action. I want my very first impressions to be with it in my hands in game. I am so excited. The Venato. I mean, I read something in the what patch notes or like the red text when the update was deploying. Something about Tau status, like inflicts Tau status effect, but I don't think it does Tau status. I just think they were referencing Caliban and Caliban using the weapon. Because I think that Caliban's passive with the weapon is increased like combo count chance. So like 50%. So yeah. We'll build it all though. We'll build it all. We're gonna get good builds working on Caliban for both weapons. Probably won't even run a secondary in the video. Maybe the Sepulchrum. Holy. Hit that follow button if you love the Sepulchrum. I'm just kidding. Please don't. Um, can't guarantee quality content here, guys. It's gonna be all unedited slop. At least that's what I'm gonna keep aiming for, because that's what I wanted to pursue in the first place. Just kind of sharing builds that I find fun, communicating with you guys, learning more from you guys. I think that's the beauty of content creation of Warframe on YouTube, is like you can learn from everybody around you too. I mean, it's like, it's awesome. I love seeing your guys' ideas in the comments. It's like actually mind-blowing. You know what isn't mind-blowing? Our life support here. This is oh no, I did it. I brought 2 beam weapons into Steel Path. You know what that means, guys? 50-minute acolyte. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Never mind. I was gonna say 50-minute acolyte kill time. I guess not. Guys, sorry, I've been slacking a little bit too much. Our KPM fell to the floor. Just because, I mean, that's kind of what this build's about. It's kind of just like hanging out. Use whatever weapons you want. You're gonna have a good time because the enemies won't be shooting you. It's pretty awesome. And when they do, you know, just pop an ability every once in a while. I mean, we didn't even strip them there. I haven't even used my bolts, guys. And I was talking about how fun they are and how good they are, but, you know, didn't even use them. Well, look at that, guys. We failed the mission. What? Oh, it didn't even let us extract. Oh, that's actually crazy. But I think you guys get the idea. It's a super fun build. You guys saw a little bit of acolyte gameplay right there. I think that's just because the crit new core is just doing that much damage. But yeah, this build is just chill. Archon shard recommendations. There are so many interesting ones that you could use. Um, Maybe if you want to just boost damage, I would use purple shards and use the plus electricity damage on primary weapons. There's also, if you want to go down the crit chance route, you could use orange shards and boost a secondary. New core is not what I would go for because it has low crit chance by base. Other things are, if you guys really want to swap out efficiency, you can use Avenger, swap out Brief Despite for combat discipline. I know that's getting kind of bloated in these videos, but I just want to just say that there are a lot of options with this build. I'm excited to see what you guys have to think. Excited to see if you guys want to try some different helmets, but I just kind of wanted to bring some light to Nyx because like nobody's playing her. She is a really low play rates prime, and she's had a rework recently. So yeah, we're also gonna touch on some other really low play rate primes like Banshee and Atlas, because they are both beasts. That's gonna be a lot less casual gameplay than this. It's gonna be big numbers, high KPM, awesomeness. Uh, so yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this video. Pulled you guys over for the Caliban one. Uh, really excited to try Caliban. I think it's probably fine that I'm not. I'm sorry to disappoint that I'm not uploading tonight, but I think it's fine that I am not, because I know there's gonna be a lot more high quality content creators that are gonna give way better explanations on Caliban and like best ways to farm them and stuff like that. But yeah, this is Nyx. Super excited to post a really long form content video on Caliban tomorrow with his weapons, and kind of testing around with it in the video. I kind of want to make that like more of a live testing. Gonna do my very first piece of editing ever, by putting in my first reactions to the uh Vidaria. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce sniper. Um, all I know is just by the description with the whole lightning rod crap, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds awesome. And I like that they're kind of going down this like electricity is part of Caliban now, especially with the augment doing that. So yeah. Um, Guys, this was the Nyx video. Thank you guys for the amazing support on just every video. I love talking to you guys in the comments. I love hearing from you guys on what you guys think about builds, what you would change. Keep being amazing, Tenno. good luck with Caliban Prime, whether you grind him this week or this weekend. Um, I hope that video doesn't disappoint, and I hope this one didn't either. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a blessed rest of your day, whatever weekend, who knows, whenever you see this. But yeah, guys, be me signing off later.